Yes, I will spend the livelong day with nature in this month of May, and sit beneath the trees and share my bread with birds whose homes are there. So wrote the Newport-born poet W.H. Davies in his poem In May. He also asked the question in perhaps his most famous poem, what is this life if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare? The past year has certainly given many of us time to stand and stare, or even sit. Mary Gillam's bench in the Llan woodland has been a welcome place of peace for many of us. As if in a cathedral of trees, we can sit and meditate and become one with the annual unfolding of nature. And, as in a cathedral, there's a congregation of bowed heads. The unfolding leaves of the Hartstown fern. Ferns do well here in the sun-dappled shade, as does another plant that simply can't be missed in May. Even if you had your eyes closed, you'd almost certainly recognize the scent or perhaps aroma of this plant. There's no mistaking ramsons, or as it's better known, wild garlic. The leaves are very good in cooking. They can be sautéed or added to sauces and stews. And the stems are excellent, chopped like chives and added to salads. As for the flowers, well, if you want to be really chefy, they can be used as a decoration. And edible, of course. It's good to see these other little white flowers in numbers here. Before long, the centres of the flowers will become little ruby-red jewels of sweetness, because, of course, they're wild strawberries. Although you'd need to pick quite a few if you're going to have any sort of dessert from them. Some plants are not so obvious. Hidden away, the flowers of yellow archangel come into bloom just as the bluebells are fading. It may well have got its common name from its virtue of not stinging, despite being part of the nettle family, and is edible. This delightful little plant is Herb Robert, and is a member of the geranium family. Traditionally, it was used to treat nosebleeds and headaches. It was also used as an antiseptic to treat wounds and even as a mosquito repellent. All these plants and more coexist in this small space with their flowering spans overlapping. And strictly speaking, we too are social creatures, and yet the desire for solitude and for silence sometimes feel like one of the most essential human emotions. And indeed, it would be a poor life this if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare.